Marvel was first founded as Timely Comics in 1939, the first film they produced being Captain America in 1944. Dick Purcell, a famous actor at the time, was the lead Captain America, and he died of a heart attack only a few weeks before the film actually premiered. The film had enormous success, but the movie was so awful and weird that there's no wonder there was not another Marvel movie for another 40 years after that one. 40 years between that Captain America and Howard the Duck, the next Marvel movie, there were a few television movies and television shows in the 70s and 80s that were met with some success. The most famous of those shows was The Incredible Hulk with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno. The next few films based on Marvel Comics would be straight to DVDs or just unsuccessful at the box office. Marvel's first big hits that I can remember are the Saturday morning cartoons of the X-Men and Spider-Man, which were extremely successful in the 90s. After that success, speculators and investors began to raise the value of comics. This caused the market of comic books to be oversaturated in the 90s with publishers and companies creating comic books. Because of this popularity of comic books, Marvel decided to switch to a self-distributing platform. Right as they had switched, the market crashed, causing them to go bankrupt. At this point, Marvel was grasping at straws, but eventually what saved it was a merger between Marvel and Toy Biz, creating Marvel Entertainment, saving the company from bankruptcy. After the merger, to begin building up its wealth and reputation again, Marvel began selling the rights to its characters to various film companies and distributors. The most popular of these transactions would be the selling of X-Men to Fox and the selling of Spider-Man to Sony. That sale to Sony would echo throughout Marvel's history, making them cringe every time, because at the box office, the films that Sony created with Spider-Man would break records from 2002 to 2007. That Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy that Sony created, along with the X-Men trilogy and the Blade trilogy, are credited with setting the standard for superhero movies, starting from 1998 when Blade was created to 2002 when Spider-Man was created. Blade was the first movie among these, created in 1998, so you could say is the one who started it all. Bryan Singer and Fox did something amazing when they turned the brightly colored spandex suits of the X-Men into something gritty and grounded for their X trilogy. This gritty and dark nature that they created in the X-Men movies is something that many superhero movies, both DC and Marvel, still attempt to recreate today. Those movies were not part of the Marvel Studios we know today. The first movie that is considered part of that studio is Iron Man from 2008. That movie came out after the many flops in the 2000s, such as Fantastic Four, The Incredible Hulk, and Daredevil and Elektra. On the other hand, Iron Man came out to great critical acclaim. Although Marvel did not always have the film rights to Iron Man, the rights actually bounced from Universal to New Line to Fox in the early 2000s. Disney then bought Marvel Studios in 2009, also creating a television sector of Marvel Studios. In the next 2 years, Iron Man 2 and Thor would serve to expand the Marvel Cinematic Universe to great financial success, I might add. Then Captain America the First Avenger came out, and it was an alright movie, but after the movie, the first trailer for the Avengers came out, and that blew everyone's minds.
If we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn sure we'll avenge it.
Now to Tyler to talk more about the Avengers.
With the acquisition of Marvel, Disney made The Avengers, the movie that tied the Marvel Cinematic Universe together. The film, which used the latest digital effects to provide the audience with stunning visuals, was the first Marvel film to feature multiple Marvel superheroes, including Captain America, Iron Man, and Black Widow. Post-credit sequences in other Marvel films had hinted at the plot of The Avengers, but Disney's promotional plan was what drove audiences to the theaters. Avengers ads went up everywhere. Billboards, television, YouTube videos, and magazines all held Avengers logos. Disney utilized social media to promote the film with hashtags, bumped posts, and banner ads. Active social media pages leaked photos, videos, and bits of the script to help build buzz around the movie. Promotional tie-ins with fast food giant McDonald's got The Avengers printed on all McDonald's cups, wrappers, and bags, and put Avengers toys in Happy Meals across America. The film was a monumental success. It grossed over $1.5 billion and netted over $1.3 billion. It became the third highest grossing film of all time, just behind Avatar and Titanic. Disney used one of their classic tools, merchandising, to get free promotion once the film was released. By selling clothes and toys featuring aspects of the Avengers brand, Disney effectively had people pay them to become walking billboards, proving this to be a highly successful case of promotion. While the movie itself may be lacking in some aspects, flawless promotion and widespread acceptance have shown it to be a perfect film to study.
After the Avengers, Iron Man 3 came along, and I loved it, but it was an extremely polarizing film. Some believe that it was too funny to be the supposed final film in the series. Then, Thor: The Dark World came out, and it further expanded the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in a way, setting up for the Infinity Wars and Age of Ultron. The first Disney and Marvel television show actually came out around that same time, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That show would premiere on ABC to 17 million viewers, the most ABC has seen in a premiere for almost 5 years. This gives Disney the confidence to invest in 5 new shows from Marvel. Captain America: The Winter Soldier then came out, and although it didn't add much to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it was praised for being one of Marvel's best cinematic pieces. Some say it was such a masterpiece from Marvel because it used minimal special effects while having amazingly done fight sequences. Now on to Alex to talk about one of my favorite movies, Guardians of the Galaxy.
The first trailer to be released for Guardians of the Galaxy outside of San Diego Comic-Con was on Jimmy Kimmel Live, which is a primetime TV show, and it has a large audience. Marvel paid IMDb to customize the movie's webpage to have a unique user interface with extra information with videos, character dossiers, and ordering information for the movie. On the DVD release of the movie, on the extra section, scenes from the upcoming movie Avengers: Age of Ultron were included as a way of marketing its eventual release. Apps on the Apple and Android market were released to serve as a tie-in into the movie. Toys were issued by Marvel, and some rights were licensed for other companies who create Guardians of the Galaxy related merchandise, including Hot Wheel cars. Marvel created an ARG, or an alternate reality game, which let users go to a website and book flights to the locations mentioned in the film, including Nowhere. Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack was released and featured all the film's older songs and had an aesthetic that matched Star-Lord's own Walkman player.
You gotta go through us! We're the frickin' Guardians of the Galaxy! I'm with them!
After the enormous success of Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel released their Phase 3 slate of movies. This included Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and the Infinity Wars movies. In between all that, Sony released a reboot of Spider-Man and a sequel to that first movie. They were pretty mediocre, and I kind of want a good Spider-Man movie, because I really like Spider-Man. So make a good Spider-Man movie. Look at Spider-Man. That Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy that Sony created, along with the Blade trilogy and the X-Men trilogy. Bryan Singer, along with Fox, did something amazing when they turned the brightly spandex is not a color, stupid Frank.